Bomber fans and football fans, welcome back. This is week 3 of our segment called I Challenge That. And the I Challenge That segment came out from this notion of let's do something new, and that a challenge really is something that, depending on how you're viewing the game and maybe even which team you're cheering for, you can see the challenge to go one way or the other. And as history has been so far this year, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers have done great on the challenge, and so it's been a fun segment just to kind of piggyback on top of that and do this I Challenge That segment. This is also my 100th video up on my YouTube channel, so thanks for watching, guys, and I keep enjoying to do this for you guys. But let's get right into it today for I Challenge That Week 3. Winnipeg versus the Montreal Alouettes. And what I want to challenge is I want to challenge Troy Smith's decision to throw the check down pass with no time left on the clock to try and get the Alouettes the win. Hey, look, I get it. When you're in a situation and there's only bad choices left, what are you going to do? Right? There was no time on the clock, and Montreal had a couple of choices. They could have tried to punt the ball into the end zone for the single. They could have tried to kick the field goal, but it would have been about a 61-yard field goal. Or they could have tried the Hail Mary pass. But instead, they tried a fourth option, and it was a check down pass. Now, I don't believe that's the call that called out, and Troy Smith probably looked at his options downfield and decided, let's try a check down pass. But when you do that, your options get even more slim, because all you got then is that ladder play where you keep lateraling the ball backwards and you hope to run it into the end zone. Troy Smith has been much talked about this year as one of the quarterbacks that has the strongest arm in the CFL and has been compared to Henry Burris. Troy Smith this year has overthrown receivers pass after pass. In fact, in the game on TSN, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers versus Montreal Alouettes, the commentators continue to talk about Troy Smith's strong arm, but how he maybe needs to be a little bit more accurate. And they mentioned that time and time again. So it was surprising that Troy Smith did not take a shot down the field. Hey, look, this was a game that saw, I believe, 8 lead changes. This was a game that had many penalties, both for and against. This was a game where there was penalties not called and then challenged, and then there was a penalty. This was a game where there were penalties that were called and then challenged, and then not a penalty. There was things going all over the place. The Montreal Alouettes, and Troy Smith in particular, needed to understand which side of his bread was buttered, and he needed to throw that pass all the way down the field into the end zone and hope for a pass interference penalty to put the ball on the 1-yard line for one more play with no time on the clock. But Troy Smith, you didn't, and I thank you for that as a Winnipeg Blue Bomber fan, because giving that 15-yard pass allowed the Bombers to walk off the field with a win by 1 point. So, but Troy Smith, just for the future, so that you know how critical your decision was for a check down play, for doing that, instead of strong-arming it down the field in a game of who knows what could have happened, because everything was happening, your decision, Troy Smith, I thank you, but I challenge that.